You're watching Trending this week, and on the show today, the far-reaching impact of the 84 riots case when the court set aside CBI's closure report giving a clean chit to Congress leader Jagdish Tytler. Was it a complete rejection of the agency? Was it a validation of the charge that it is a political tool that's now stripped off all its credibility? And is it now time to put a ban on post-retirement jobs for people like CBI directors? We'll have a special panel discussing that in just a bit. Also on the show, on a day that the Supreme Court showed no mercy to Davinder Bhullar, we have an interview with a young woman who not only forgave her parents' killers but also campaigned to get one of them his freedom. But before we get to our guess on how the 84 riot case affects CBI, I'll look at what people have been saying about the agency. It's not been very complimentary. Ranveer Shori tweets, the 2014 elections should be just about an independent CBI. Alex Nesta suggests, CBI is Congress Bureau of Intimidation. Smita Naik tweets, it is the Clean Chit Bureau of Indian National Congress. Mahendra God tweets, it's a cover-up or burial of investigation. Sarnath Tiwari tweets, CBI is the Congress Bureau of Investigation. And at number 1, Faking News tweeted, CBI headquarters shifted to 10 Janpad. That's what we're asking. Has CBI totally lost its credibility after this verdict in the 84 riots case? With me, guests who are totally in the know, who've handled these cases. Former Additional Solicitor General Amrendra Sharan joins us. Also, K. Raghuthaman, another CBI officer who's also written a tell-all book about the CBI and since his retirement in 2005. In studio, of course, somebody who knows how the police force works, Dr. Kiran Bedi, who's been advocating that people from the CBI and other sensitive posts should not get a post-retirement job. Also, we have joining us from Chennai, N. Vittal, former CVC. Remember, CVC is the one which supervises the CBI's work. If I can start with you, Mr. Sharan. You were Additional Solicitor General till 2009 and you dealt with a lot of CBI cases. What did you think of the way they dealt with the Tytler thing? I mean, they said they couldn't find witnesses and all those witnesses were found by the CBI. So isn't it completely helping the Congress?
Whether it helps the Congress or not, it appears that there was a deliberate lack of will to pursue the case. Number 1. Number 2, it appears that in this IO-driven institution, the IO who was allotted the case, somehow or the other did not do his homework and he was not properly supervised.
Do you think there are cases where politicians totally influence? You must have known because you were handling the briefs. Do you see politicians influencing cases? There
will be hardly a person who will not like to influence a police force who is investigating a case against them. But on the whole, I feel that CBI has a lot of institutional strength and CBI is a very capable organization. Somehow or the other, in larger political cases, it has not been able to acquit itself with distinction. It has floundered in many cases.
Yes. And
sooner the image is corrected, better it is. Fortunately, we have a director who is a stickler to rules, who is personally a man of integrity, and I think they should now work very hard to restore credibility and people's faith in CBI, because after all, CBI is our premier investigating agency. And
yes, I think the key thing that you've said there is that it hasn't done well in the political cases. Mr. Raghuthaman, one point I wanted to ask you before we get to Kiran Bedi is that one of the things that in the 84 riots case they pointed out was all the officers, the investigating officers, especially Joint Director Arun Kumar, had said that there is evidence to prosecute Jagdish Tytler. But the CBI director at that time, who is now a governor, Ashwini Kumar, had overruled them. Now, is that normal or is that really, because to us, people from outside, it looks suspicious?
No, Snitra, the CBI is an organization built with, brought up by professionals. It's not started by any party or anybody else. It was D.P. Kohli, who is a known veteran police officer, straightforward and honest officer, and he is the founder of CBI. And subsequently, Arul took over it, F.V. Arul from Tamil Nadu cadre, then D-Sen, and subsequently so many people. I have worked from F.V. Arul period, 1969-8 onwards. I have seen the CBI since then. And the policy division, which has evolved various circulars regarding how to even make an arrest, how to register an FIR, how to file a charge sheet, and what is the report which have been submitted. In a criminal case, local police, you can submit a case diary and 160-word statement written by their own villain flusher, and straight away charge sheet can be laid. Whereas it is not possible in CBI. The IO has to do the investigation, write the case diary, 161 statement, the search list, all this. Then he prepares a final report, part 1, and then it goes to the SP, who prepares part 2, the advocate, public prosecutor gives part 2. There are so many checks and balances in the CBI. But as you rightly told, if the decision of the superior officer is to overrule the evidence or overrule the decision of the lower investigating officer, and that do happen in CBI right from 1969 onwards, and they won't, if it is not convenient to them, to the senior officer's will and pleasure, probably they will ask us to change the way of recommendation. And in my opinion, I mean in my service, I have seen number of cases where a politician involved or a bureaucrat is involved. The politician will not come to CBI and ask, we have not seen any politicians stepping into CBI office.